Whether we are true crime fans or not, we have all heard of Jeffrey Dahmer. After reviewing several documentaries, I have come to realize the lack of effort from the police almost makes me as sick as the horrific murders that Dahmer committed. According to an article by Amanda Toulos, a 14-year-old boy named Conrack managed to escape Dahmer but was still brought back by a police officer. I'm sure many people who watched the Dahmer series on Netflix can agree this was one of the most sickening scenes. I will review a couple of instances that depict how the police abused their positions and became too authoritative. Firstly, I would like to continue the story about Conrack. Just when we may think returning Conrack to Dahmer was terrible enough, there is still so much more to the story. Before Dahmer even encountered Conrack, he had drugged and molested his older brother Keeson. Fortunately, he managed to escape, and Dahmer was even tried for this incident. That said, none of that was even considered when the police found Conrack, let alone check for his ID. On top of all of this, after Dahmer was arrested and the media found out about Conrack, the police would call and taunt his family for trying to seek compensation. The cops who caused this still kept their jobs and only suffered a short suspension for what they did. If none of this was disturbing enough, let us consider the behavior towards Dahmer's neighbor, Glenda. Imagine the people who are supposed to listen to you and protect you make you feel like you're crazy. That is precisely what led to Glenda's trauma after living next to Jeffrey Dahmer. There were several instances where Glenda would call the police due to the smell or the screams coming from Dahmer's apartment, but the police never responded with urgency. In a recorded call, the officer on the phone bluntly said that they would send somebody by the next day. Even after Dahmer was caught, Glenda tried to console the victims' families and even suggested a memorial to be made in their honor. To this day, the memorial park has still not been established. Though there is no factual evidence to say that this was racially motivated, there seemed to be a lack in concern towards minorities in general. After considering so many instances, it is definitely an educated claim to say that the police failed drastically. To reiterate my initial point, consider this. Jeffrey Dahmer was caught and tried for his crimes, but the police officers can abuse their power with the worst punishment being paid time off. Failing to protect the public in so many different ways allowed havoc to occur in Milwaukee County for 13 years. So, how do you believe you will remember the case of Jeffrey Dahmer now? Thank you.